You wake up shaken, sometimes crying, about someone who's perfectly fine. The dream is already dissolving. You can't hold a single frame of it, but the grief made it through. It's sitting on your chest, in a quiet room, at 6 in the morning, and it's real. Some nights, it's stranger than grief. You fight with people who never said those words. You fail a test you passed 10 years ago. You run from something with your legs full of sand. And some mornings you wake more tired than when you lay down. Like you worked all night. Like something in you did. Here's the part that doesn't add up. All day, your mind protects you. It flinches you back from curbs. It softens bad news. Then the lights go out, and that same mind writes, directs, and casts you in the most painful film it can imagine. Every night, without asking. Why would the thing built to protect you spend a third of your life doing this to you? Because it isn't doing it to you. It's doing it for you. While you're in dreaming sleep, your brain does something it does at no other hour of your life. It turns down its main stress chemical to the lowest point of your entire day. Noradrenaline, the fuel of fear, falls away. And in that chemical quiet, your brain pulls up the hard memories and replays them. Same information, none of the alarm. A neuroscientist named Matthew Walker calls this overnight therapy. The idea that dreaming strips the emotional charge off a memory while keeping what you learned from it. He's careful to call it a leading hypothesis, not settled law, and so am I. But it would explain something you've felt your whole life and never questioned. Why time softens things? Time isn't doing that. Your nights are. But if the night is running therapy, why does the session look nothing like your life? Why staircases that melt? Why the wrong houses? Think of it this way. All day long, you're shooting film. Every conversation, every small dread, every face, exposed onto roles you never look at. And every night, when the building goes dark, a developer carries the day's roles into a red-lit room and starts the bath. What you call a dream is you, standing inside the dark room while your own film develops. And here's what's actually on the film. When researchers stopped interpreting dreams and started counting them, thousands of dream reports, cataloged line by line, the melting staircase legend collapsed. Dreams turned out to be mostly ordinary. You dream about the people you know, the things you're worried about, the unfinished business. Calvin Hall built the counting system. William Domhoff carried it forward into what's called the continuity hypothesis. Dreams track your waking emotional concerns, which means nothing in the bath arrived from outside. The disturbing dream about your sister isn't a coded message or a symbol to decode. It's her roll of film. You shot it yourself. Last Tuesday, when her voice sounded tired on the phone, and you didn't consciously clock it. But wait, because some of you just sat up. Some of you have dreamed a thing that then happened, and you've never told anyone because you half believe it meant something. Let's be honest about that, because it deserves honesty, not an eye roll. You dream many dreams a night, thousands of dreams a year. Sooner or later, one matches reality. The math nearly guarantees a hit, and your memory keeps the hit and quietly deletes the 1,000 misses. Sometimes it's even sharper than luck. Your sleeping brain develops signals you barely registered while awake. That tired voice, that missed step. So a dream about a relative being unwell can be perception finishing its work at night. There's no reliable evidence dreams foretell specific events. But when a dream says, check on her, not because the dream saw the future, because you saw something, half-consciously, and the darkroom developed it. That one's a whole story of its own. It's coming. And this developing work isn't cosmetic. When psychologist Rosalind Cartwright followed people through divorce and depression, the ones who dreamed about the marriage, who dreamed through the painful material instead of around it, recovered better, measurably, than the ones who didn't. The same nights, the brain is also sorting the roles. Robert Stickgold's work on what the sleeping brain keeps and what it lets fade. Not everything deserves an archive. Your brain knows that. So the obvious move, the nightcap, the exhausted collapse, wishing for a night with no dreams at all, is the one move that shuts the darkroom down. Alcohol in particular suppresses exactly the sleep stage where this work happens. A dreamless night isn't a peaceful night. It's an undeveloped one. Here's the one thing worth doing instead. Tonight, before the light goes off, one sentence. On paper. The heaviest thing from today. Not a journal. Not a plan. One sentence. You're not solving anything. You're labeling the roll of film and leaving it on the counter. So the developer starts with the one that matters. So tonight, when it starts again, the wrong houses, the argument that never happened, the person you lose who's fine, you're allowed to know what it actually is. It's not a message about your secret self. It's not a warning. It's maintenance. It's the only hour your mind gets to hold the hardest things without the fear attached. And it spends that hour on you, every night, for free. The nightmare about the fight is the sting being lifted out of the memory. You'll wake with the picture, not the burn. That morning you woke up crying about someone who's fine. You weren't breaking down. You were being developed.